Hi, my name is Triston, and for my great speaker, I chose Theodore Roosevelt. Okay, start with some facts. Theodore Roosevelt was the 26th President of the United States and was in office from 1901 to 1909. He was on the Republican Party. His vice president was Charles W. Fairbanks, and his wife was Edith Carroll Roosevelt. If there was ever a president to represent America at its core, it would be Teddy Roosevelt. For my first speech, I chose The American Boy. The speech was written in 1900 and was published in St. Nicholas. The speech starts out with talking about an American boy becoming a man and what it means to be an American man. He gave us some examples of what it means to be a good American man, and I quote, "He must be clean-minded and clean-lived, and able to hold his own under all circumstances and against all comers. It is only on these conditions that he will grow into the kind of American man of whom America can really be proud of." This was what it took to be a good American man. According to Teddy, Teddy continues to encourage boys all around to what it takes to one day become an American man. He was a very encouraging man when it came to speaking and his attitude towards just about everything, and that is one of the reasons that made him a great American speaker. My next speech was about him winning the Nobel Prize. Now, that is a big title for you to win. That's, global. So, let's start off with the speech. The title of this speech really tells you what you need to know about it. So to win the Nobel Peace Prize takes much work, and you must be very important in the world and a respected person to receive it. If there was a man who deserved this prize, it would be Teddy Roosevelt. He brought much peace to a nation that was becoming a whole new world in that day and age. The world was changing as people were having new ideas and new products were being created left and right, such as cars, motorcycles, light bulbs, etc. You know it. To keep the peace in that time was a great accomplishment, and something to deserve the Nobel Peace Prize over. For my next one, this is probably his most famous speech, and here we go. The Leader and the Cause. This speech is probably the most famous speech he gave. Right before he went on to give this speech, he was shot in the chest by an unemployed man who was at one time a saloon keeper. He starts the speech with him telling the audience that he just has been shot, and I quote, "Friends, I shall ask you to be as quiet as possible. I don't know whether you fully understand that I have just been shot, but it takes more than that to kill a bull moose. But fortunately, I had my manuscript. So you see, I was going to make a long speech, and there is a bullet. There is where the bullet went through, which right there, the note saved his life, and it probably saved me from going into my heart. The bullet is in me now, so that I cannot make a very long speech, but I will try my best. To go on to your speech after being shot just makes this one of the most manliest things you can do, hands down." He then goes on to describe his attacker as a coward and gives an excellent speech. This is certainly one of the greatest speeches ever given. Theodore Roosevelt is surely an iconic American leader to resemble. He would make a real man of a man just by being in his presence. The American people loved him so much because of him, working in many fields and being a blue-collar man before getting into office to be President of the United States. His greatest accomplishments as President were his Pure Food and Drug Act, as well as the Elkins Act aimed at railroad corruption, and doubled the number of national parks and increased America's forest reserve by 150 million acres. And of course, of what I stated in the last speech was him winning the Nobel Peace Prize. In conclusion, Theodore Roosevelt was a great man and is surely someone to look up to. All in all, he was an excellent speaker. I don't know very many people who get shot in the chest and then go on to deliver an excellent speech. If we had more men and women with the ambition, strength, and honesty of Teddy Roosevelt, the world would be a better place.